Now, I have been making games for a while and they were fine. You can see I have improved over the years, especially since I made the same game twice. And soon twice, as you will see, so keep watching till the end. However, they never really were good or perfect. Now sure, no game is perfect. But still, even with low expectations, they were never what I wanted them to be. And that was actually what kept me going. Trying to improve, trying to one day make the game I always wanted. Now, like I said, I made games for a while, so that obviously means that the style of the games has also changed a lot. Especially since my inspirations has also varied over the past few years. The first one was, well, obviously inspired by FNAF. Then FNAF Plus came across, or at least it was supposed to. And I was completely baffled by what you could actually do in GameMaker, the engine I used for all my games to this point. So as you might have thought, I went to my PC and did research. I experimented in GameMaker with different shaders, techniques, etc. Until I finally got a game, I think? So while developing that game, as friends, I was noticing my biggest issues with game development, specifically horror/FNAF style games. I was terrible at designing locations. Since I focused so much on the gameplay, trying to make something innovative and special, I forgot to make it actually look good, which resulted in me making the decision to light everything dark so no one could see the lack of anything really. But I realized something. I got better at creating smooth and actually engaging gameplay. Sure, it's not like the most amazing thing in the world, but it's also not supposed to be. What it was a better game, gameplay-wise, than before. And that's what mattered to me. And with all the knowledge I gathered, all the tutorials and all the game analysis videos I watched, I gave my very first game another shot and made my best game so far. New Robotic Park was my attempt at genuinely trying. Not just making a fun little game, but genuinely trying to make a real game. Even though the start screen says something different. My goal was now fixing the things that I was bad at when beginning at first. Which is gameplay and environmental building. So I did. And it worked out great. To this day, this is the game I'm the most proud of. It plays good to some degree, and it looks good to also some degree. But the most important thing stands. It is an improvement. The general composition and the vibe was what I wanted. I was finally making the game I tried to do all this time. And then I saw something. I saw the one thing. The spark that lit the fire. So I was happy with the game. I had all the gameplay elements I wanted and I had the graphics I wanted. All good enough that I could be satisfied. But then I saw something. You see, I was trying to get into Unreal for a while by that point. Mostly cause I was daydreaming about my game being like a AAA type of game mostly. But also mostly cause I wanted to make some of those like itch.io trash games or those free roam FNAF games, you know, never really thinking of making an actual big game. But then I saw something online. The Joy of Creation Ignited Collection. A complete remake of the Joy of Creation story mode. And yeah, I know it's not really a remake, but you get what I mean. And I watched the teasers. And again. And again. And I was stunned. I was stunned by the pure magic this wizard was doing. I was stunned by how much a human being could improve in a single field. By what was possible. And then I thought to myself, Could I do that too? For the longest time, I was just playing around with the thought a little, but never actually meaning to do anything. I was just daydreaming again. But the more teasers came, the more I saw, the more I studied. Determined to one day try and make my own game. My own game in that style. You can actually see my inspiration very early on, because my latest game at that point, Neurotic Park, had some clear inspiration from the joy of creation, namely the Freddy Flash. So, with a clear goal in mind, I still didn't start. I was too intimidated by the engine, and I was too inconfident in my abilities. Until I one day thought to myself, why not? Just try. And if it doesn't work out, then, well, you can always try again. So, I did. Now let's talk about what you are actually here for. The game. Now this is my third large-scale project and my first real Unreal Engine project, so I had of course many problems I'd face and many things to learn. And of course, terrible spaghetti code. But I know one thing, this was the game. This was the game that would finally satisfy me. This would be the game I would be proud of. So I knew I needed to do it. I needed to make my dream game one more time. So I had a simple goal in all of my games. I tried to improve of what went wrong in the one before. My first game was basically just a failure. My second game improved the gameplay. My third game improved the graphics. So what's left there to improve? Even though my last game was alright, none of my games were actually scary. They missed the most important thing a horror game could miss: atmosphere. They had bad sound design and the animations and graphics never really had any type of atmosphere. They were all pretty FNAF fangame-y, trying to be a FNAF game but failing at getting the atmosphere right. So that was my number one priority. I tried to get it right this time. And oh boy did I. So I started with the basics. First, having a player controller, mapping out the layout, and all the stuff you'd simply need for the basics. Then I started adding the enemies. More models, more effects, and the further I got in development, the better it looked. And the more I actually noticed that this might not be another of my funny FNAF games you played once and then move on. This could actually become a real game. And so I continued. And I improved a lot. And I think I will let the results speak for themselves. Here's a comparison between the D-Bolt getting flashed in all three games. My first one, the remake, and now. Yeah, honestly, I think I did it. I think I have improved. I think that this is the game. And let me tell you, I do not mean that this is the whole game. Not even close, baby. This game will have about 5 levels, with one having 3 sub-levels. So this will be a journey. But now I ask you, do you want me to make this a devlog series? Do you want me to post more of those? Or do you simply not care? In any case, tell me in the comments down below. I'm excited to hear it, either way. And also, tell me if you think I have improved or not. Now with all that said, link to the Game Jolt page in the description. I do plan on releasing a demo at some point, but it will still take a while. I will upload updates there though, no matter if I upload something more here or not. So if you actually care about the game, then follow it. And with that said, thank you for watching so far. If you have, you're amazing. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm a small channel, and if more people would be interested, I would also be more interested in actually posting more. So, stay cool, stay safe, and goodbye.